A warm welcome to all my dear 4th standard children. Today we are going to learn about what is force, work and energy. Right. So, today in this session, in your first part, you are going to learn about what is force, what are the uses of force and what are the types of force. Now, what is force? So, suppose if you go to a shop or any places, in the entrance of the door, they might have written push or either pull, right. So, you have to do some movement in order to get inside that shop, right. So, either you have to push the door or you have to pull the door. So, push is nothing but in your opposite direction when you do a movement which is known as pushing, and when you pull is nothing but in the same in your direction when you do some movement of any object, that is known as pulling. Okay. So, any pushing or pulling of an object, if you push or pull any object, it can be. So, it means that you are doing a force, right, you are giving some force, right. So, what is force? Any push or pull that is applied on an object is known as force. So, now you learned what is force, right. Any push or pull that is applied on an object which is known as force, right. Now, in this chapter we are going to learn the definition of the force first. So, let us write what is force. Force, in your 2 mark they may ask what is force. So, you should be able to answer, define the answer, right. So, a push or pull applied. So, where you are going to apply this? Where you are going to pushing? Which one you are going to push? Which one you are going to pull? Any object, right. So, applied on an object is called force, right. So, in this force there are many uses. With the help of force we can do various uses. Okay. So, now let us see what are the uses of the force. So, with the help of force, the first thing is we can push an object or we can move an object, we can move a stationary object. If our object is stationary, if the object is under rest, so we can move an object, right. So, with the help of force we can move an object, with the help of force we can stop a moving object. Suppose if the object is on move, right, it is on under motion, if it is under moving. So, with the help of force you are going to stop the object. So, the force not only helps you to stop the object, it also helps you to move a stationary object. And we can also say with the help of force we can change the direction of an object. Suppose if the ball comes near to you, once you hit that ball with the help of a bat or something, so the direction of the ball can be changed, right. So, without force you cannot change the direction, right. So, with the help of force we can change the direction of an object, and with the help of force we can change the shape of an object. For example, when you make chapatis, what your mom used to do, they will add flour and water and they will knead the dough, right. So, they will make small balls, right, from the wheat flour they will make small balls, and how this balls is made into a flat chapati. Yes, with the help of force, the force makes that ball into a flat circle, thereby you can make the chapatis, right. So, with the help of force we can change the shape of an object, and with the help of force we can increase or decrease the speed of an object. Suppose if the object is on move, if it is moving very fastly, we can slow down the speed with the help of force, and the same way when the object is on move very slowly, we can increase the speed of an object with the help of force. So, these are all the uses of the force. The example that we can see here is in football. So, there will be a goalie, right. So, that that person catches the ball, right. So the ball is on the move and thereby the person catches the ball, thereby the moving object can be stopped, right. So with the help of force we can stop an object, with the help of force we can move an object. So if the object is on move, so suppose even in the football itself, even this type of examples we can see in many games, okay. So in the same way in football, when the ball is kept, so the person, the player will come and kick the ball, right. So the ball is under rest and thereby with the help of force the object can be moved, right. So we can move an object. The same way in cricket, so when the bowler used to bowl with the ball, so the batter hits the ball, thereby the direction of the ball can be changed somewhere, right. So we can even change the direction. And the same way in pottery, so with the help of force we can change the shape of with the help of that only the pottery, the pot making persons, they change the shape of the pots, right. And we can also in vehicles, in car, in bus, how they are increasing the speed, how they are decreasing the speed with the help of the force, right. Okay. So these are all the uses of force. So these are all the uses of force, okay, right. So now we are going to see what are the types of force. So there are there are many types of forces, but for you they have given two types of force. These are all the naturally present types of the forces. So what are they? Gravity and friction. So gravity is nothing but the force that pulls towards the center of the earth. Suppose if you throw a ball into the sky, the ball falls back down to the earth, right. So why? Yes, it is because of the gravitational force. So once you throw anything into the sky also, the object will fall down, it will come to the ground. Why? Because there is some force that exists on our earth. So thereby the center of the earth pulls the objects towards it. So this force is known as gravitational force. So with the help of gravitational force only our earth is surrounded by the atmosphere, right. And the second one is friction. So what is friction? The friction is the force that acts between two objects that are in contact with each other. For example, here you can see this floor and the sofa legs, right. So when there is a good contact, the sofa can be easily dragged by this person. Suppose there is no contact or no friction between this floor and the sofa cannot be pushed properly, right. So because there is no friction, right. So friction is nothing but the force that are in contact with each other, right. So this contact and this object and this object that are in contact with each other, right. Mostly rough surfaces cause more friction than smooth surfaces. Mostly the smooth surfaces will not have much friction. So if you walk in a smooth surface, you can able to easily slip down. But if you walk in a rough surface, you can easily walk, right. So rough surfaces have more friction than smooth surfaces. So these are all the two types of forces. Now let us see what are the uses and what are the types of forces. So now let us see what are the uses. So the first use is we can stop a moving object, and the next one we can move a stationary object. Then we can change the direction of an object, and we can also change the shape of an object, and with the help of force we can decrease or increase speed of an object, right. So these are all the uses of force. And what are the types of force that we discussed? Yes, very good. There are two types of forces. One is gravitational force, which is known as gravity, where the force attracts towards the center of the earth, and the second one is friction. So with the help of friction we have we have a good contact, then only you can able to write smoothly in a paper. So if there is a friction between pen and paper only, you can easily write. Okay. So this is known as friction. So these are all the things that you should learn about force. Okay. So almost in this session you learnt only about force, right. So the definition of the force, what are the uses of force, and also you learnt about the types of force. So in that types of force you learnt what is gravity and what is friction, right. So go through the lesson, go through the given video. Once you go through this video, in the below description link you can see a Google Drive link. Click that and you will get the lesson related study material, question bank and self assessment. Take it and write it in your science subject note and read from it. So once you have thorough with the concept, take the self assessment and do the self assessment. Once you do the self assessment, you will come to know how much you have understood about this lesson. So thank you for watching. I will meet you with the next session with a new topic. Thank you.